A very good evening to you and welcome to Convener, a platform where we help you to make sense with general issues affecting the country. My name is Godwin Sunday. Well, public office often comes with intense scrutiny, and recent events have once again placed accountability and transparency at the center of national conversation. Now, first, the controversy surrounding the academic certificate of Benjamin Kalu has sparked debate across political and legal circles. Questions are being raised about documentation, public records, and the standard expected of those occupying high public office. But beyond the immediate controversy, the issue also raises broader concerns about credibility, public trust, and verification processes surrounding political leadership. Well, this is even the first conversation that we'll be trying to even lay our hands on to ensure that we'll be able to help you make sense with the conversation. Now, we also have various issues around the state of the nation and what is going on across the country. Now, I'm not doing this alone tonight. I'm being joined by a comrade, if you like to use the word. He is a political juggernaut, a public affairs analyst, and more, he is also the founder, the convener for the Coalition for Good Governance, and he will be helping us make sense with some of this conversation tonight. I won't let the cat out of the bag right now. I'll take a short break, and when I return, we'll dive into the conversation, and of course, I'll let you know who my guest is for tonight. Please go nowhere. You're welcome back, and joining me tonight for this big conversation is Ogakwu Dominic, convener of civil society groups for good governance. And of course, he'll be helping us put some of these issues in perspective. But first, it's a delight to have you join us here on Convener, Mr. Dominic.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sunday, for having me and our viewers with plenty of regards and respect. Thank you so much for joining us as we analyze and look into some of these issues.
All right. First, let's even dive into the big conversation. First, there is a lot of smoke surrounds the Benjamin Kalu's issue. But bring us up to speed. What is the true state of things based on your research?
Well, I thank you once again. I've been an activist for over 2 decades now, and my duty is very simple, is to be able to direct or shape public opinion when a matter is already in public. This matter is already in public space. It's not as if we're the ones who are generating this matter. But what we are trying to do is that, being the number 6 man in a nation like Nigeria, where people are talking about issues bordering on leadership, where we have accountability deficit, where we have leadership misrepresentation, where we have skewed narrative as to what the country should actually look like. I believe that it is for us to set the narrative right at every point in time. And so we are not imputing any sin. We are not imputing any crime. We are not saying, I just want it to be on records, that we are not saying that the deputy speaker of the House of Representatives, who happens to be the number 6 man in the hierarchy of leadership in this country, is guilty of any of this sin. We are only saying, come out clean. Because it looks like trying to politicize or make it look like it's a political witch hunt, or try to give it some political coloration, will not save the situation. So the best thing to do when a matter like this comes up is for you to begin to ensure that people get to know who you are. And what we are asking is that, come out clean. Let Nigerians know who you are. Are there issues surrounding your certification as a lawyer? Are there issues surrounding your certification as one who is supposed to be compulsorily to have attended the mandatory NYC program, which is part of what is a requirement for being in public office? So you see, we feel that this is the right time to ask those questions. So that what we have done is that we are trying to give him a lifeline to salvage his name. Because whether you like it or not, he has been dragged online. A lot of people are already contemplating or already insinuating that he does not have the requisite credentials to be able to hold high an office of that magnitude. And so for us, what we are trying to do is that we are trying to say, in one spot, just clear your name, clear your integrity, clear your name, clear your integrity. I don't know him from anywhere. I don't have any relationship with him. I don't even have any reason to begin to ask that he should step aside or let him tender. No, but I'm doing this as a nationalist, as a patriotic Nigerian who believe in the cause of this country.
All right. Now, let me even pick on your thoughts right now. You and your various civil society organizations and groups have come out to tell the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives to step down, and you gave the National Assembly 72 hours to do this. Otherwise, you will shut down the National Assembly as we have it. But then, I'm curious. This decision taken by civil society organization, was it based on facts?
My dear brother, there's this matter, like I said, it did not originate from us. I want you to take that very carefully. And if you check, there have been no substantial clarification that have been offered on this matter. Invariably, it looks like there's something fishy. We are suspecting that there must be something fishy. Well, when you say we'll shut down the National Assembly, who am I to shut down the National Assembly? What we are saying is that we'll go to the National Assembly and demand that he step aside. It is in this same country that we have seen ministers who have parted with his government. Two of us. We have seen ministers who have left office, who have even apologized openly for certain infringement that they have committed. And so I feel that the natural thing to do is that when you have been alleged and you have not been able to actually get the clearance that is needed, the honorable thing to do as a honorable member of that chamber is to at least excuse yourself so that the proper thing can be done. We are not saying, no, we are saying that until proper investigation, conclusion of the entire matter is done, the honorable thing, if I was in his position, I would step aside because I know that I'm not as guilty as charged. I know that I've not committed any infringement. Even we who are saying you should step aside, we're only doing that to help him, to show that he's a honorable member. He has nothing to fear. He has no skeleton in his cupboard.
But are these claims verified?
My brother, I should be asking you as a media practitioner.
Because civil society groups that are pushing for the honorable for him to resign and to step aside.
Listen.
I'm asking. I'm curious because we're putting this on the public records.
Okay, so let me ask a very simple question. Yeah. This press conference was done on Friday. Yeah. We're demanding clarification
of course.
I know you have read the response.
I've been following through the report.
Thank you very much, and I'm sure you have read the response from the honorable himself, from Honorable Kalu. You have read his response, right? His response is actually is more implicative. Are you getting me? Because he has not said these are my credentials. The proper thing, the honorable thing to do is to say these are the credentials you're asking for. This is a position. This is a clarification that you're asking for. Up until now, there is no clarification to this matter. So that tells you that there is something more to it that meets the eye. Don't forget that he has also been dragged by the disciplinary committee or the legal disciplinary committee. There are also a petition has been generated to that place. No response yet. Are you getting me? So I believe that we are not saying, like I said, and I want that to be clear. All Nigerians should know. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying he has committed. No, what we are saying is that there's an obvious allegation against you as a public officer. And it will not be honorable for you to still sit down there as somebody who will be overseeing the millions, the destiny, the progressions, the prosperity of over 200 million Nigerians at a time like this when we need leadership, when we need people with the requisite credentials to be able to offer leadership to our dear country. I think that is not, in all honesty, fair to the Nigerian people. And this is why we have decided that we are going to go the full swing to be able to ensure that what we are demanding for, that clarity is given to us, because there is nobody that is more Nigerian than us. We are all citizens of this country. Are you getting me? And don't forget, I'm telling you, I said, just how many months ago that the minister stepped aside from his position? You will remember. So we have seen these things in this country before, and it is not going to be the first, it's not going to be the last. And I feel that the honorable thing to do at this juncture is to be able to do the needful. What is the needful? Step aside for a thorough investigation to be carried on, for a thorough probe of the entire process.
All right. Now, taking a broader look at this whole situation. Now, coming to the civil society organization under the wing, we've seen a divide in civil society organization. As a matter of contingency, a civil society group have even asked their president to vacate his office based on all of this. There tend to be a divide of civil society organization. How will you react to this when your contemporaries and your colleagues within the civil society space are saying that your findings are inadequate and your findings are not detailed, and as such, they will rather stand with Honorable Benjamin Kalu in this regards?
I don't have any problem if there are civil society who are standing with him. Don't forget, I don't, like I said, I don't know Benjamin Kalu from anywhere. If he leaves that seat, I'm not going to go and become the deputy speaker of the House of Representatives. I'm not even going to represent his constituency. I want you to take that. That should be worthy of note. All I'm saying, and you see, whether you like it or not, the civil society space is almost operating these days as the legal profession. Lawyers find their clients and everybody. But for me, what I'm doing is a patriotic job. It is the job that is born out of the fact that I am offering, like I said, I'm offering the honorable member, the Honorable Kalu, a lifeline to be able to, for once and for all, clear this issue so that we will know that the matter has been laid to rest once and for all. What is so difficult in tendering your certificate and say, okay, no, what you are saying, nobody's alleging. I want you to get the issue very correctly. Nobody's alleging that he forged the certificate. I want you to understand that. The matter is very simple. The matter is that while he was at law school, he was also at service. And this is an infringement. This is totally against the law, the oath that he took as a lawyer and going to NYC. So do you see the controversy? Nobody is saying, I've not said anywhere that he forged the certificate. I don't have the temerity to do that. I can't even substantiate such an allegation. But I am saying that based on prevailing facts, based on available information, it looks like at the same time, while he was at law school, he was also serving, which is totally not correct. And so that brings the issue of being fishy or fishiness in the entire process.
Well, interesting. Then, there is also this conversation around the fact that there have been issues around the fact that civil society organizations are trying to blackmail the deputy House of Representatives member at this point. And as such, civil society are trying to even paint him on a very dark light. But then curiosity will make me to ask at this point in time. He has been in the House of Representatives for this long. No issue of this magnitude has been raised. Recently, there was an outburst between himself and Governor Alex Oti of Abia State. And we are getting all of these fact findings and all of this. The timing for this, can we say at this point that civil society are partnering with opposition political parties to blackmail Honorable Benjamin Kalu?
I don't know what you mean by blackmail.
Well, it is what it's, if he has been in the public space,
because if the matter is already
if he has been in the public, if he has been a House of Representative member for
I would rather say that you are trying to gaslight.
I'm not saying gaslight.
No, listen.
I'm asking.
No, what I would rather say
at this point that the civil society organizations are partnering with opposition political parties in order to tarnish
I'm not a
personality.
partisan. I don't belong to any political party. I don't know Alex Oti from Adams. I don't have any relationship with him. I've never discussed anything with him. I'm not a member of any political party. I'm a practicing civil rights activist. Are you getting me? And this is within my field to be able to ask questions, do due diligence, follow due process. So if you say I am blackmailing, how? When already a matter is already in public space. I'm not saying if I wanted to, if I am saying I said I am not even imputing it. I'm not saying I did not come here to say he forged this certificate, he did this. Have you heard me say that, please, brother? Have I?
Not at all.
So what I am basically saying is that you are a public officer, for crying out loud. You are a public officer.
But why now?
Why now?
Yeah, why now?
Let me tell you.
If he has been right now, he has been there for quite a number of years. So nothing was heard. So all of a sudden, it's perceived that he is having an issue with.
It doesn't matter.
Alex Oti.
It doesn't matter. And that narrative will not fly.
Let me tell you why that narrative. I'm just curious.
Let me tell you why that narrative.
Why now?
Let me tell you why that narrative will not fly. You see, anytime a criminal is caught, that's when he will pay for his sin.
When they catch thief.
That time, you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So at any point, that's why anything that you do in life, the day of reckoning is coming. It might be any day. You might be asking why now? Why not now? Let me ask you, why not now? If you're saying why now, why not now? Do you understand? So there's no time, there's no statutory time frame for you to say, okay, this is when a man must pay for his inadequacies or for his sins or for his misgivings. There's no time like that. Anytime a matter comes up, that is the right time. So this is the right time that Nigerians are demanding for clarification on issues of. Are you saying that there should be different laws for different people? I just told you that it is in the same country that the minister just last year had to leave his position. Are you not aware? So are you now saying that, okay, because he's Mr. Kalu or because he's the deputy speaker of the House of Representatives, so we should change the narrative or should change the rules? The goalpost should become a different thing altogether? Is that what you're saying?
He has been there for quite a long time.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for crying out loud.
He has been there.
If the minister was there, the minister was there,
and the civil society organizations were quiet. Were silent. They never spoke up on this issue.
Well,
then all of a sudden, civil society found their voice to even want to barricade National Assembly and to ensure that the deputy speaker of the House of Representatives is held accountable. And curiosity again makes a lot of Nigerians to ask, why now?
Why not now? Why not now? Why not reverse the question and ask why not now?
So we should go back narrative and say that civil societies are partnering, which is being alleged that civil society have been partnering with Governor Alex Oti and the opposition party to blackmail the honorable deputy speaker of the House of Representatives, because that's the narrative that's being driven right now.
I'll take exception to it.
All right.
Totally, because I'm not a blackmailer. My records are there. My records are very straight. Are you getting me? I hold leaders accountable. In fact, to even shock you, which is what I would not even want to tell you, it is a man I have so much regard for. Honorable Kalu is a man I have so much regard for. I love his sagacity, how cerebral that he is. I like his courage. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
I like his mien. I cherish him. I see him as a leader in a time like this. And that is one of the major concerns that we have. That if we allow this to go unattended to, it will look like the heroes of our future children, are you getting me, is going to not really represent what we stood for. Do you understand what I mean? If we do not do this, don't forget what we are doing now is not for me. It's for the Nigerian people. It's for generation yet unborn. So that people can begin to take dressing ahead of time. So that you will know that you cannot cheat the law. So that you will know that you cannot do what is not needed, so that you will know that your records have to be put together accordingly before you come to the public space. Do you understand what I mean? So that you will not think that, oh, when I do anything, after all, I'll still find my way through. Nigeria is not a banana republic. Nigeria is not a place where we will not begin to tolerate all manner of indiscriminate behavior. If we do that, I tell you, the future of our children will not be secured. The future of this country will be challenged. And before you know, leadership will become a very dishonorable venture, as the case is.
All right. So you are asking Honorable Benjamin Kalu to step aside. Of course, that's what civil society organizations are demanding right now. For investigations and proper investigations to be conducted, and to be able to set the records right. But then, what will be the implication of him stepping down to his constituency, who gave him the mandate to represent them? Doesn't this mean that the entire constituency will be misrepresented in the House of Representatives?
I don't think so.
Have you thought through this?
I don't think so. Don't forget that same National Assembly, senators have been suspended for 3 months.
And you saw the implication on. Let's take a typical example of Senator Natasha.
And what happened?
That was
and what happened? Is she not back to business?
We saw what happened in Kogi Central,
what happened?
Which was almost, if not that, she was a very bit active. I'm not holding brief for her.
Yeah.
But then the absence of
it will not stop anything. Let me tell you,
the absence of
let me tell you, it's even trying to delay or buy time. Because if I was Honorable Kalu, what I would do is to put up a statement, which he has always done, and say, you are wrong. You are wrong. This is exactly what happened. This is what transpired. These are the issues. This is my certificate from law school. This is my certificate from NYC. There is no collision between the two of them. They were gotten separately, not what you are speculating or what you are alleging, as the case may be. Do you understand what I mean? So that will just put you might not even need to step aside in the first place. You understand what I mean? Because there's nobody that will see the original law school certificate now or the original NYC certificate that there's a way to fact check it. Are you getting me? And so this matter would now be coming up over and over again. Like I told you, this is not the first time this matter is coming up. This matter is always there. So this is the best time to put it to rest once and for all, so that we will not have to go through it again after each election cycle. We'll not begin, because he's a politician. I think he's loved by his people because they love him so much and they sent him to the National Assembly to come and represent them. And so I believe that he is a worthy son of his constituency, and he's been delivering the dividends of democracy to them. And I'm sure they are very more comfortable with him representing them at the National Assembly. So why not take this opportunity that has been given to you by the civil society organization and clear your name once and for all, so that we will not be speculating issues. The allegations in public space, the many trolling and the rest of it will no longer be there. As a matter of fact, I'm not even in a position to pass judgment on an issue like this. I'm only doing my work by ensuring that due process, due diligence, and the right thing is done at the end of the day.
All right, so let's set the record straight. A lot of Nigerians are curious right now. Have civil society been able to do their due diligence on this matter when it has to do with verifying from NYC and also the Nigerian Law School?
Okay.
About all of this, I'm curious. You in particular, because you represent a large majority of civil society organizations, even across the country.
Okay, so
have they been able to do due diligence?
Okay, so if you listen to our press text, we had called on the Nigerian.
Have you done due diligence?
I don't need to give you that fact.
No. Let's set the record straight. Have civil society organizations been able to fact check and do due diligence? I can assure you. Another smoke.
I can assure you that if. That's why I told you. I was trying to tell you. I'm not imputing any sin to Nobody's
No,
saying. Listen.
We are not saying you're saying.
Yeah.
But
What I'm trying to let you know is that what I'm trying to
you are
alleging. We have done the first.
You are saying that you should step aside.
Yes.
And
so that they can
curiosity again.
Yes.
I'm asking.
Okay.
Have civil society organizations been able to do due diligence?
The due diligence is part of what we are doing now.
The first due diligence is, have the civil society organization been able to get hard copies or soft copies from the National Youth Service Corps, also from the Nigerian Law School, to be able to verify and check all of this? Have civil society organizations been able to carry out all of this due diligence and ensure that the signing of daily entrance into the Nigerian Law School, which is required for each law student for attendance in classes, was not done? Also, to ensure that in NYSC, looking at the NYSC scheme, have civil society organizations been able to follow through on all of this before even coming out to even speak up? Because
now the civil society
is required.
You are a journalist.
Yes.
You are a journalist.
Please go ahead.
I expect you to investigate this matter more than the civil society. Let me tell you what the civil society does.
I'm not.
Journalists
are not the ones that want to barricade National Assembly.
No, because you know we have given you a job.
Yes, so we have given you a job to do. We accept the job, and but then I'm asking.
Now I am trying to tell you.
I am trying to tell you on all of this.
Listen.
Please.
The duty of civil society, is to be able to balance perspective.
Please.
The duty of civil society is to be able to call out people so that they can answer questions. I am not an investigative officer. Do you get what I mean? A petition was forwarded to the disciplinary committee, the legal disciplinary committee, and that petition is in public space. And we are only asking that based on this petition, Mr. Kalu should be honorable enough to answer and not to evade it by politicizing or by trying to play the victim. Do you understand what I mean? It's very simple. It's not something too hard to ask. It's not too much, for crying out loud. Are you getting me? We are like saying, instead of you being dragged in public space, instead of you, people now making a mockery of you as the number 6 citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it is better for you to clear your name once and for all. And we have given you this lifeline. How else do you want me to put this to you? Are you now saying I should now become an investigative officer because I am working for the nation? My dear brother, I feel that even the Nigerian Law School should be able to come out at this point in time to clear hand.
But the civil society have not written to the Nigerian Law School.
Well, I am from.
So let me tell you.
So let me tell you now.
Society organizations have not written to the National Youth Service.
Now, arising from our press conference,
please,
we have made up our mind to ensure that we get this response from all these institutions. And once that is done, I'll pass it across to you. Do you get what I mean? We'll still come back to the media. Let me tell you what you don't understand about civil practice.
All right.
Civil practice is a very beautiful profession. Can I tell you why? Because it's the same we who are going to clear you. It's the same me who is going to fight for the same Benjamin Kalu. All things being equal. Do you get what I mean? That's why I keep repeating, and I want you to take note of it. I'm not alleging him. I'm not saying that, I've not concluded that he does not have, no, that's not far from it. I am only saying that this is the right time as a leader, as an honorable member of our very pristine establishment, the National Assembly, to come out clean and redeem your image. Because beyond public office, even beyond public office, I tell you most solemnly, because when people look at this thing, they only mirror it through the office that is a public officer. But how about his personality as a person? How about his person? And we are talking about a country of over 2 million people. So, and whether you like it or not, Nigerians are eager to get the truth. Nigerians are eager to run with the truth. Nigerians are concerned about their leaders and their credibility to hold public office.
Well, a lot of public office holders across the country have been said to be tagged with all of this. Recall a few years ago, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was also toeing this path, where a lot of people said he finished from Toronto. No, he did not finish from Toronto. But then I think the civil society organizations were quiet on
They were not quiet.
They were silent.
No, they were not.
When it has to do with good governance, civil society organizations choose to just skip that part because, of course, he's the sitting president.
Look, the president was dragged to such a level that even somebody had to go to his school to find out if he actually attended. Reno Omokri had to go there and discover that yes, he actually attended that school.
And he has gotten an ambassadorial position.
No, it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean. That's left to the discretion of the president. That is not. The president will decide who to work with him. It has no bearing with the president. If the president feels that because of the way he has conducted himself, he's qualified to be an ambassador, and so what? Are you saying that Reno is not qualified to be an ambassador?
I'm not saying, but I'm asking.
He's eminently qualified to be an ambassador
at this point.
No matter how you want to.
I'm asking at this point in time, the fight and the old.
Is it not the same? Okay, now let me give you.
Selective.
It's not selective because let me give you.
Listen now. Proud to this time.
Yes.
That just a couple of months ago, Benjamin Kalu tended to be having an issue with Governor Alex Otti. Then all of a sudden, a man that have served in the House of Representatives for quite a number of years, his records are beginning to unfold about some of the irregularities that are tied to his own credentials. And again, I'm asking again, is this fight selective? Is this all stuff against Benjamin Kalu? Is it political?
Okay, so
or is it just that civil society organizations have been sleeping all this while and they just woke up to realize that Benjamin Kalu's certificate and his own NYC and law school credentials are not in tandem?
Okay, so let me get to the root of the matter so that possibly give some level of background information.
All right, please.
So that because when you talk about he was having issues with Alex Otti. Alex Otti and Benjamin Kalu, though from the same Abia, hold two distinct positions. One is governor, one is member House of Representative. It's normal for people to have a political squabble, as the case may be, which we see, especially as we approach politics. But I can tell you for free that I have no linkage with any of these persons, whether Alex Otti or Benjamin Kalu. I'm only doing my work as a civil rights activist. And I do not think, possibly, what you are suggesting to me is that because Alex Otti is fighting Benjamin Kalu, there's no need to raise an issue like this, because it will look like Alex Otti is the one that is asking the civil society to fight Benjamin Kalu. That too is not being patriotic. Which means you are saying for very simple excuses. So if a man is suspected or is not doing the right thing, that man should walk free just because he is having a challenge with another authority. I don't think so. That to me does not add up. That to me does not really sound patriotic.
Okay, so
and I want you to understand that whatever I'm doing it out of the patriotic conscience for the nation. And like I said before, this is a lifeline that is being offered to Benjamin Kalu. In fact, it's even the best time for him to shine. It's a better time for him to show that he's a leader through and through. It's the best time for him to show that what these people are saying is balderdash. Are you getting me? Like I said, I'm not going to take his position. I'm not going to now become representing his constituency. I'm not even going to become the deputy speaker in any case. If he leaves that office, I don't have anything to profit from fighting him. I have just one thing to profit, is that this nation must be purged of any form of issues that do not really sound right or that try to demarcate the entire Nigerians. Just imagine that what we are saying, peradventure, that let's just look at it from this point, that truly what is being alleged is true. Bros, do you think that is proper? Do you think that is justifiable? Do you think that is socially correct? Do you think that is morally right to now represent the entire people of Nigeria? These are the questions that should bother you more than trying to politicize or trying to emotionally put me on the defensive.
Well, I'm not trying to put you on the defensive. I'm just trying to set the record straight. So viewers watching us across the board will know that you're not in any way trying to be political with your conversation, and
yes.
of course you're not attached to any political party.
No way, no way.
That's the essence of why I'm asking. I'm trying to put the record straight and not to tag you and put you on the defensive. Of course, we're not in a court, of course, but then it's just a civil conversation where we help people at home make sense. Well, we'll take a short break right now, and when we return, we will look at more even on this issue. Please go nowhere.
Correro, your front row seat to the most pressing issues from the corridors of power to the heart of our communities. We bring you unfiltered insight, fearless journalism, and the conversations that matter. And I invite you to this big conversation table as we analyze the top stories, ask the tough questions, and hold power to account. News that informs, analysis that empowers, debate that drives change. Correro, the big conversation, every weekday at 7 p.m. only on Rapid TV.
You're welcome back. Well, I'm still with Mr. Dominic here. We're talking about issue that borders on Honorable Benjamin Kalu and his old certificate Saga. But then, let's even try to mirror this whole conversation again. Of course, trying to set the records right and set the records straight for posterity and for us to be judged fairly in the tribunal of history as people that were able to speak up when a matter of this magnitude rose. But then, the people of Abia State are not reacting to some of these speculations and allegations by civil society organizations, and they are not. I'm curious at this point again. At this move, deliberate to demarket Honorable Benjamin Kalu come 2027 elections. That's on one hand. On the other hand, this moves right now saying he was serving on the same year and also in law school on the same year, like you've said. Will this further even make him politically irrelevant in Abia State? When you look at his political career right now, what do you postulate?
Well, I must commend him. I must say I am very proud of him. It's not easy in a country where you have over 200 million people and coming from a state in the southeast that is very politically exposed and very, very competitive. The level of political competition in the southeast is very high. And so ascending, becoming first a member of the House of Representatives and subsequently becoming the Deputy Speaker is a very great feat, very envious feat, I must confess. And I feel that it is only appropriate that he remains celebrated as at that level of leadership. But having said that, this is not a matter that borders on Abians alone or Abia State alone. He is now a national figure. Are you getting me? For crying out loud, this man is the number 6th person in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So in in the order of protocol, are you getting me? When you want to look at it, when Nigerians wants to stand, is going to be standing on the 6th position. You know what that means? That's humongous. That's a prestigious position. And so, and you see, leadership entails a lot of issues. And when you come to the public space where you want to serve, you must be accountable. You must be transparent. You must be honesty. These are the virtues that must define you at that point in time. So I want to say that this is not just an issue that is an Abia issue. Are you getting me? We're talking about a national issue. We're talking about an issue that represents the optics of our country before the international community. Are you getting me? So it is not about Benjamin Kalu. It is even more about the office that he occupies. It's not about Abia State. It's even more about Nigeria's role in the Committee of Nations. Are you getting me? It's not about him being number 6 person. It's about the representation of future generations who are yet unborn, who will be picking lessons from us as we expire from this planet. So there's need for us to begin to put ourselves together so that coming generations can know that, guy, these are the processes to leadership. This is a culture that must be developed, a culture of accountability, a culture of probity, a culture of transparency, a culture of honesty, a culture of doing things in their proper way.
Well, comrade, today makes it 72 hours since you gave the National Assembly to compel Honorable Benjamin Kalu, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, to step down and step aside for investigations to be carried out otherwise. Civil society organization for good governance, or groups for good governance, will take over the great gate of the National Assembly. Let me ask in this regard, will the National Assembly be shut down tomorrow? Will it be barricaded by a group of civil society organizations? Will there be protests from tomorrow?
Well, I will not have to let the cat out of the bag, because I'm sure your TV is live and people are watching. And you know,
so what are we expecting?
When the
ultimatum elapse,
just know that,
is it an audio ultimatum?
Just know that it wasn't.
Is it an audio ultimatum?
I want to understand. I just want to understand that it's not a threat. It was never a threat in the first, because we can.
It was an ultimatum. 72 hours of National Assembly.
Otherwise, it was a position taken otherwise our coalition.
Yes.
Are you getting me? And every position is subject to a review. And like I said, I will not want to let the cat out of the bag. You know why? Because we are already well prepared.
So by tomorrow, are we seeing a coalition of
civil
society organizations?
By tomorrow, you know exactly what will happen.
So I don't know, except you tell me. Of course, you are the convener. That's where we are not getting to
the point of warfare. So I don't need to come and begin to let the cat out of the bag. So let's leave it at that.
Oh, so you've taxonomized this to be a warfare.
Well, comradeship. There's an aspect of comradeship that boils down. If you are saying you want to barricade National Assembly, invariably you are also asking. It's a peaceful protest. It's not. So when you use the word barricade and all that, no. What we are saying is that we are going to demand from the National Assembly to give us.
So they will be demanding tomorrow.
Yes. No. Well.
They'll be requesting. They'll be demanding. They'll be asking. Tomorrow.
Well, you will hear from us.
I won't.
You will hear from us.
A lot of Nigerians watching us right now, curious to know what is the next step.
You will hear from us.
72 hours has elapsed.
It will elapse.
Can we say that this is another audio ultimatum? We've seen ultimatum that have been given to various public office holders, and nothing happened at the end of the day.
Let me advise you, and let me just put it to you that it is not a threat. First, secondly, it is not an audio proclamation. Thirdly, it is a job that must be done. That must be carried out. Are you getting me? How it will be carried out, when it will be carried out, where it will be carried out, is left to our discretion at this point in time. Are you getting me? But be rest assured that we are not a people who sit in and rest on our house when we say we know how to go about it. Are you getting me? There are processes as to going about this. And part of it is why we are here in your studio. Why I'm here is to be able to still raise the dust to ensure that people will not think that we only say something, we just did a press conference and that's all. Are you getting me? Even though, let me tell you, you don't understand, going after or trying to put a matter before a very principal officer of the National Assembly is not an easy thing. You know that, right? And don't forget, we are talking about comrades here. We're not well heeled with money. We don't have the financial power. We don't have, but we have patriotism flowing in our veins. We have the goodwill of the Nigerian people backing us. We have the elements of nature. Are you getting me? We have the powers of our constitution, which brings all of us to the same level. Are you getting me? And we have God who is supreme, who sees the very evidence, who knows the very secrets, and who knows who is saying the right thing and who is not saying the right thing. We have all this with us. And so we cannot be intimidated by any force. Are you getting me? Because we know that of certain we are on the right trajectory to bail our country from the hands of those who have held it for too long captive in their bid to demarket this nation and make Nigeria look less. We have leaders who are endowed. We have intelligent people who can deliver at every point in time. So we should have the right people leading us, at least on the basis of due process. What is required for you to come into the arena? It should never be a thing that we should play about with.
Well, you said it's not another audio conversation. Of course, in the coming days, we'll get to see practical demonstration of what civil society organizations, the path that they're going to take to ensure that they compel the National Assembly to do the needful, and of course, various institutions that are involved to do what is necessary in order to ensure that justice prevail on all sides, if I understand it correctly. Well, it's on this note I want to say thank you so much, Sir Dominic, Comrade Dominic, for finding out time to be with us here on Corero.
Thank you so much for having me. Yes.
Well, I wish we had more time to even talk about a lot of issues that borders across the nation, but then I'm being sick that again that our time is fast spent. But again, it's a delight to have you on Corero. Well, viewer, this is how far we can go tonight on Corero. Do not forget that you can leave your thoughts. You can also drop a comment with us on our various social media handle currently showing on your screen. And you can also download the Rapid TV app from your Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. My name is Godwin Sunday. Always remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Do enjoy the rest of your night rest. Bye for now.